Yo, what's up guys, the Goblin, and today what I have to do for you guys is a 100 plus gameplay with the ASM1 with the DNA bomb from my buddy Exility. I'll link his channel down in the description below. You guys should definitely go subscribe to him. He does some pretty good like DNA bomb live comms and stuff like that, so definitely go give him a sub and say that the Goblinator sent you guys. So, in today's video what I'm going to be talking about is I'm going to be talking about technology and basically what I think about technology in the future and in the past and just stuff like that, and what I think technology is gonna, how it's gonna influence the world, because this is something that's really on my mind a lot. Me and my buddies on Skype and stuff like that. It sounds nerdy, but we talk about life a lot and we talk about, stuff like that. And one thing that's always been on my mind is I watched this movie the other night. It's a movie, it's a classic movie, one that I've seen many times before, and it is called Hot Tub Time Machine. And Hot Tub Time Machine is a really freaking good movie, to be honest. Hot Tub Time Machine is like it's a comedy. Basically what happens, I'm sure you guys have all seen it. It's a comedy one. It's got all the funny guys in it. Basically they go back in time and they go back to the 80s and they're trying to get back. And anyway, what the point of this commentary, the point of referencing Hot Tub Time Machine is basically to say, I think about technology and think about, what would it be like to be a teenager back in the 80s. Now, when I was a teenager, it was a few years ago. I guess you could say I'm 19 now, so I guess some people would say I'm still a teenager, some people would say I'm not. But I guess when I was in high school and all that stuff, the technology that I had, the technology was obviously amazing. You could Skype with your friends, you could chill, and you could do all that. But I didn't have like an iPhone and all this stuff. Now kids these days, like my sister, I think she got an iPhone. She like fucking 10 years old now. She's like 15, I think. But she got an iPhone. Stuff like that. It's just crazy that kids these days are now like 8 and 9 years old, playing Call of Duty, Skyping with their bros, and got iPhones. And it really makes me wonder, what is going to happen to real life relationships in the future because of this? Because basically now a lot of stuff is online. People got going online relationships, online friendships, online banking. Everything is online. It really makes you sort of miss the aspect of real life. And if you know what I mean by this. And I think that technology is obviously great, and it's obviously improved so many things. It's an amazing thing, and obviously it's a lot more convenient to just text someone and say, yo, we're gonna meet up, rather than have to walk all the way over to their house, knock on the door, say, do you want to go get Dairy Queen? All that stuff is really stressful. But it just makes me think about in the future, and especially for my kids, or maybe even if my grandkids, what's it going to be like, man? What games are they going to be playing? That's one thing I think about a lot, is what video games are they going to be playing? Am I going to be able to even understand it? Because shit these days are really complicated. Like even Call of Duty is really complicated these days. There's so many different variations. Like you got the supply drops and stuff like that. It's hard for old people to understand that. And League of Legends is another game. There's just so many different champions and things to understand. It really makes me wonder about technology in the future and what it's going to be like, and if I'm going to be able to keep up even. And I'm someone I like to consider myself pretty technology savvy. Like, I'm not an expert at computers. If something is wrong with the computer, I really hate computers, to be honest. And that would be weird because, I do YouTube and all that stuff. You think I love computers, but I really don't. When my mom comes to me and has a computer problem or something like that, I really don't know shit about that. I just know how to render videos and make good YouTube videos and stuff. But I really think that technology could be the downfall. And not like the downfall, like, oh my god, an iPhone is going to take over the world. But you know what I mean? It could be the downfall of like the teenage years and stuff like that. Because I really think that teenage years are stuff that you're supposed to do crazy shit. Everyone is supposed to make mistakes in their life. And there's not like, you really can't learn a lesson until you've learned it yourself, until you've made that mistake yourself, in my opinion. Even if so many people tell you, you really have to learn on your own. And that's why generation after generation make the same mistake. And, that stuff always goes on, even with parents' advice. And I think it's just really cool where technology is going. However, I personally, if I could be a teenager in any era, I think it would be really cool to be a teenager in maybe the 90s or the late 80s and the 90s. It just seemed like that would be a sick time to be a teenager. Maybe I'm just getting off topic because of that. Hot Tub Time Machine had some hot babes in it. But I'm saying that, like, being a teenager back in the day seems a lot more cool than it was these days. And what I think by that is social media to me is kind of AIDS. I really don't think it's that cool, to be honest. I think this stuff, as far as making friends online and doing YouTube and all that, I think that is amazing. But as far as your real life friends online, that is just another story. I mean, just think about how many like relationship problems or friendship problems, stupid stuff on Twitter or Facebook has caused. Like maybe like you know, you got a hot e-girl, and then, you know, you favorite some other girl's tweet and she gets all mad. Like, you would not have that sort of problem back in the 80s or 90s. And that's what I'm thinking about. It just seems like everything was so much like more laid back. It just seemed like there wasn't as much stress. Now I find that social media also brings people down, because what people post up on their Twitter and their Facebook are the happy moments of their life, the good things. I'm not going to post up, you know, if I'm having a bad day, I'm not going to post up a picture of me crying. Not like I cry at all, but you know what I mean? Like, if I, you know what I mean? People aren't going to post up pictures of them crying unless they're like girls looking for attention or something like that. But people are going to post up pictures of them going 500-0 and make you think, why can't I go 500-0 in Call of Duty? And that's one thing you guys need to remember, is that what people post up on Twitter or Facebook, that's the highlight of their lives or the highlight of their days and stuff like that. And when people, like when I scroll through that, I see a lot of negative stuff, which is kind of contradicting, because, you know, you think people would want to show off the positive stuff in their life, but there is a lot of negative stuff on that. And I've recently stopped, you know, like reading Twitter that much, to be honest, because there's a lot of negativity on it. And I think in your life, the only thing that matters to me in life is making sure that you're happy. And by making sure you're happy, I also mean the people that you love and the people that you care about. I want them to be happy as well. If they're not happy, I'm not happy. And basically, that's what I want in my life. It's just happiness for them and security. I think if you have enough money to be secure for the ones you love and for yourself, that's all you need. And I really think that this commentary is really all over the place, but it's really all over the place about life. And I think this is a pretty good commentary. I think I'm nailing this shit. But let me know in your comment section below your thoughts about that. But I really think that that's really all you need in life, is to be happy. And I think that negative things, you really want to stay away from them. If a person is negative, or if something makes you feel negative, or something really increases your rage, and not like Call of Duty. Call of Duty makes me happy at times, it makes me sad at times, but that's life. That's every sport. You know, hockey, a game I love, a game I played for 10 years, you know, coming up in my teenage years and my childhood. There's games where you're freaking pissed, man, after the game. It totally brings down your mood for the whole week, and there's games where it brings you up for your mood for the whole week. And stuff like that, you know, you can't really avoid. The ups and downs of life, you can't really avoid. But negative things, toxic people, you need to really remove yourself from them and surround yourself with friends that support you, support your dreams and your goals, and, you know, really have similar interests to you. And I think the group of friends that I have right now, shout out to all my friends, you know, they're really supportive of me, and they're really, they do bug me sometimes, and they are annoying, but they really, I really connect with them. And I find that I'm lucky to have sort of such good friends that I do have, and I actually am really lucky for that, because imagine, what is life without friends, man? What is success without friends? Imagine if I was rich, if I had everything, but I had no friends, I would kill myself. I'd hate my life. That would be horrible. I think it's all about friendships, man. It's all about relationships, and it's all about being happy. But this commentary sort of veered off from technology to happiness and all that stuff. Anyway, gameplay from Exility. Go check them out. Subscribe. Link in the description. Leave a like on this video. Please leave a like. I nailed this commentary, baby. Leave a like on it. Also, let me know in the comment section below what you think about this topic. And as always, subscribe for a cookie, and don't looky. I'm out. Peace.